Good morning, everyone. Again, what is going on a Sunday morning? We are only at 9. Colin, I don't know, are Saturdays harder for you to get here than on Sundays? Because it's been 3 weeks now, and um, it looks like we're not getting a lot of people on Sundays all of a sudden. Sundays used to be crazy. Yeah, it might be just that. It might be that people are partying more or something like that. Now we're down to 8. Kelly's here. That's a good thing. What's up, Kelly? Uh, Not to worry though. It looks like, man, now we're down to 7. As soon as I start talking, people just drop like flies. Oh, I did see somebody mention something about how it was dropping for them and they had to keep refreshing, so maybe that's it. But we're back up to 8. So Manuel Romero, where is he? I didn't see him in here. It looks like we got all the usuals and maybe a few more. But nonetheless, we are here today because Colin, who is been very, very generous, not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, or is this the third time? I think this is the third time we've had set winners, or maybe it's more than that. But either way, two, three, third time's a charm. This is very cool of Colin to not only one turn in a set that's really fun and enjoyable to try to like play a game and get people to mix it up a little bit, but on top of that, being very, very, I don't know, just really generous to allow people to pick some songs. And definitely, as Ryan said at the beginning of the chat, this is, I think, the first actual HodgePodge that we've had in a long, long time, because we went from HodgePodges to people turning in full sets, and they basically become the DJ for the day. And so 4 or 5 of the songs, maybe 6 of the songs, are from one single person. But today we have 6 songs from different people. So it's a true hodgepodge in its name. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else picked, because guess what? I am also a part of that hodgepodge. So my song will be coming last, motherfuckers. Before we get into the actual hodgepodge of today, I want to say that right before this, so last night we have had our little faucet problem in our kitchen where the underneath it just got kind of warped or something, and the whole top of it was moving and just being really annoying for like several months now. And I'm just not a plumber. I'm not a handy guy. And I was like, dude, I just don't want to deal with this. I just want it to work the way it's supposed to work. But last night I jumped in deep and I tore apart the whole kitchen sink, brought it out, got it out. And this morning I was like, shit, we have no kitchen sink because I couldn't get it to work because the old one was kind of screwed. This morning I woke up and it was probably the first time I've been in a Home Depot for a long, long time, because, like as I said, I don't really fix things very much. I think it's a sad thing. I do wish that I could be more handy with that, but no one taught me, and I haven't been really a go-getter for learning that shit. So, um, yeah, I went this morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right when it opened. Got some kitchen sink supplies, mainly a faucet, and I literally finished it right before I started the stream, and I think it's working. I'm pretty sure it's working, but after the stream, I'm gonna go back down, make sure nothing's leaking and shit like that. So, um, yeah, I am feeling like a man. Makes me feel like, number one, I accomplished something, which my type A personality likes. Check. And number two, I do think a characteristic of men is to be able to use their hands very well and get tough and gritty and shit like that. So I kind of feel more manly this morning. But maybe that'll all change when we get into people's hodgepodges and their song picks, because they might not be as manly as they should be. Just kidding. I do need to definitely figure some more stuff out, because it would be nice to do a bathroom myself if I knew all that stuff. But time is money. It really is. And so I don't want to spend my whole life, coming home from work and then like going into my bathroom and working 4 or 5 hours. Nope. And then you make a lot of mistakes, which then actually sometimes becomes more costly than actually just hiring somebody, a professional, to do it. So you save time and you save money, because you're not screwing things up. Oh, drywalled it wrong? Okay, I got to re-drywall everything. So Yeah, unless you're really good at it and it's really something you like to do, I do think paying for it most of the time is just better. And unless it's something around the house that you should be able to do, like I just did today. Uh, but I do need to get better at that. And today, we've basically gone from uh, a full bathroom remodel being somewhere around like 8 to 10 grand to in the fall I had about 5 quotes for our 5x8 bathroom upstairs to redo it, and the lowest was $22,000. It's like $22,000 to change the bathroom. You guys can suck a wiener. Anyway, that is done. Yes, here we go. Let's get into this shiat. So best way I'm going to do this is up first is Mr. Ryan McGill, because he's the first one who turned it in. Now, don't get any ideas if we do this again, or if we start doing like actual hodgepodges in the future. This has been a suggestion as of late. Instead of people turning in just 5 songs, which you still can do, obviously, some people had some ideas of maybe turning in 1 or 2 songs, or 1 song, and that saves people money and can get a little bit more of this hodgepodge idea going. Because then we get back to, a bunch of people being in one set. But for that to work, number one, sometimes people don't just want to do 1 song. They like doing more songs, which is why we've done sets, because it just, you get to show more than 1 song. Number 2, we got to make sure we have people who are still doing it over and over again. So keep that in mind. That's something that we could do. If some of you, like, I don't know, on Discord, some of you can get together and just decide, hey, do you want to do a song? Hey, do you want to do a song? And then just tell me, hey, Captain Morgan, we are going to do these 4 people or these 5 people want to do 1 song each for a hodgepodge together. And then send your money as always and do what you need to do. And we'll set up another actual hodgepodge like this. So don't get any ideas. Just because Ryan turned it in first, someone might say, well, I don't want to go first, so I'm going to wait till the end to turn it in. Don't do that, because I got to try to get it all together. If you really are like against going first, then you can just tell me, please don't put me first in the future, and I'll make sure you don't go first, unless you all say that, and then it's just a crapshoot. So per Ryan's normal situation, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't talk about the song at all. He just says what the song is. Ryan, would you like me not to read the song, or do you want me to just go right into it? I can do that. Here we go. Ryan's gonna do, the song is called Promises. The band is All Shall Perish, which I'm guessing this is gonna be like balls to the wall. Mr. Captain Morgan is probably not gonna like it, although you could surprise me. Going in with low expectations though, with All Shall Perish as the band name, because it sounds like it's just gonna be brutal, in your face, kick your ass. But we're gonna find out. Here we go. Okay. That hi-hat's really like in the mix. Sounds like a really small hi-hat too, almost like a... Yep. At least this part's in like halftime. I like it actually, except for the singing. So far, I like it except for singing. I like the rhythms, I just don't care for the... Exactly, Colin. I still like it, the rhythms. Yep. 2004. Wow. Dude, I like the rhythms and the production's good. I just don't like the singing that much. But it's not horrible. I can at least understand what he's saying. This is going to be interesting, too, how every song is rated. I'm sure mine's going to be last, but that's okay. Ooh, that was kind of... Yes! I can work out to this shit. Woo! Nice little monster kill there. If it's short and there's not much left of the song, I could put this on a workout playlist and just get over the singing. Because I like the rhythms. Yeah, see? Time. Yes! Sounds like Will Ramos. Is that his name? Yes, Scott, you are correct. I do like halftime, especially. Oh, that's it? Nice. Well, Mr. Ryan, I'm going to give you thumbs and a half up. How about that? Thumbs and a half up. Because the only thing that took away from it was the singing, but I think for a workout playlist, I could get over that and just not care. Because some of those breakdowns and the rhythms were good enough for me to like want to fucking lift some weight. And like Scott said, breakdowns I love, but especially when it's halftime breakdowns, love it even more. So hell yeah. Nice job, Ryan. Way to make it short and sweet and to the point. Great rhythms. Nice job. So what up, Para? Yeah, let's get into song number 2. Song number 2 is going to be Scott K, right? So we've got Scott K for song number 2. Is that right? Let me make sure I'm not doing this wrong. It's interesting. If it's Scott K, which it is, I'm guessing it's going to be like maybe Heavy Again. It's going to be either that or Doom. So, Scott, are you going to follow in the steps of Ryan? And if you do follow in the steps of Ryan, the question's going to be is, in the chat, who is going to like your song more than Ryan's song? Or who's going to like Ryan's song more than your song? If somebody could, because I'm not going to be able to pay attention, obviously because this is song number 2, we're going to rate them. So when 1 or 2 or 2 or 1 comes out, can somebody add up and see who's the winner between Mr. Scott and Ryan showdown? This is going to be a Scott and Ryan showdown. I'm going to be dead last, so I don't really care. But anyway, here we go with song number 2. This is what Scott says. I would like to personally thank and curse Mr. Colin. Thank you for being awesome and giving back to the community. However, forcing me to pick only one song from my absolute favorite decade of music was akin to torture. The 2000s were a golden era for almost every musical genre that I hold dear. Okay. I would say... kidding. Picking just one song from that decade took a long, capital letters long time. I finally decided to just pick my favorite genre from that time and proceed from there. What was your favorite genre at that time period? If you remember the song I submitted a few months back from the band The Halo Effect, I don't remember unless I heard it, then you should recognize the singer from the song. Here's the band that made him famous. I hope you all enjoy it because I know I will. The band is called Dark Tranquility. I'm pretty sure this might even be heavier than what Ryan just submitted. And the song is called Terminus. And in parentheses, it says... where death is most alive. Dude, I have a feeling this is gonna fucking torch my face. Here we go. Dark Tranquility. Not Dream Theater. Okay, it's kind of low. Let me turn it up a little bit. This doesn't sound like death metal. It sounds like pretty like straightforward rock. Like something you might even hear on the something you hear on the radio. Okay. 2007. Okay. Ooh. Kind of like industrial metal. But Ryan's is more like... This is tough. They're both not bad, although I do like the rhythms of song number 1 a little bit more. This is kind of more straightforward. Whitechapel? I think I heard of them a long time ago. Are they a Christian band? Ooh, Jason's got a 2-1, so Scott's up 1-0. Oh, you played them on my channel. Okay, Whitechapel. Maybe that's where I heard it. Don't remember it. Adrian played them. Okay. Yeah, and again, it's not that I don't remember the song even. It's that I never remember bands or song titles, even with Dream Theater, that I love a lot of times. I'm like, what's the title of that song? So it's not, I might know it and I might like it still, but I don't know it from the name. Okay, so Arrow, what's your pick? Uh-oh, we've got 3-4-0. Wow. Ryan, you're getting your ass kicked. Four to 0? Well, I'm gonna add. This song's actually kind of boring to me, comparatively. It's just the same kind of repetition. Oh, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. Uh-oh, we are 4-4. It is a tie. Oh, Scott is winning by 1. Scott's winning by 1. Uh-oh. Funny. Well, we should have more people voting. Come on. So far, Scott's winning by 1. Unless I miscounted. Somebody check me on that. I do like the industrial, but I feel like it's too straight and narrow for me compared to the other one. No, Scott, I think today I'll definitely... I might not be last, but I'm close to last, so it's okay. Is that it? All right, Scott K, I think, is up by 1. Unless other people are going to vote. Okay, I usually don't vote, but 2-1. He's up by 2. Up, he's up by 1. Up, he's up by 2. So it looks like Scott K right now, unless other people vote, Scott K is winning by 1 against the Ryan Showdown. Ryan, I preferred the first song. Definitely more unique. Had some cooler rhythms, and definitely had that fucking awesome breakdown. So right now, Scotty wins, unless someone else is going to vote. Anybody else want to vote? Tone, you already voted, buddy. You can't do that. All right, so right now, Scott is in the lead. Ryan's in second by default. And we get to who next? Who is next? Next on the list is going to be Ivanator. So Ivanator is next on the list. Let's see what she has to say. Ivanator. All right, so Ivy says this. Well, actually, Jason said it for Ivy, so hopefully this is actually what Ivy said. He says, this is Sevendust. The song is called Face to Face. I remember Sevendust. I never watched them or listened to them that I know of, but didn't they like open for Creed? Because I remember I had a buddy in college that went to see Creed, and he was like, dude, this band called Sevendust opened for him, and it was just totally satanic. So that's all I ever knew of Sevendust. It was, of course, the guy was a Christian, and I was at a Christian school, and he liked Creed because they had Christian imagery, if anything. So Ivy says, this was the first concert I ever attended by myself. It was not long after I had broken up with my first and longtime boyfriend. Don't get jealous, Jason. And it was a big moment for me in feeling good about single and independence until I met Jason, and then I was depressed again. Just kidding. The last part was not there. All right. So this is the newly single Sevendust, Ivy, called Face to Face. She's getting all freaky with it. Freaky. Getting jiggy with it. Here we go. This is number 3. Ooh. You can't stop fucking with my ass. Stop fucking with my ass. Okay. Doesn't sound very satanic to me. They sacrifice goats on stage. That's satanic. Trampolines on stage. Okay. I like the singer. It's almost like a soul sound to like heaviness. This is definitely not like as heavy as I was imagining. This is pretty straightforward rock with like melody and like harmonies. Ooh, Ivy almost picked up a guy at the concert. Single getting freaky. And Ivy, if he did you jealous, what would you do? Shut up. I'm telling you, I don't like this the best, but I definitely like it more than 2. Mostly for like the poppiness of it. But I still think it's, I cannot believe this, but I like 1 the most still. Unless there's an absolute breakdown here. I like the vocals here too. It's like definitely the best vocals of the 3. But I like 1's rhythms enough to like overcome this kind of poppy sort of metal. Arrow's getting real talk here. Limp dick fuck stick. I like that. Limp dick fuck stick. Oh, Kelly. Does he have like long dreads now? Is that the same guy? Because I remember seeing that in the video that they were showing at the Earthside concert. Fred Durst is here. That'd be funny if somebody picked Limp Bizkit. I'd be like, wow, it is the same guy. Very cool. Yeah, then I have heard this guy sing. And I think he had dreads in the video, if I remember correctly. Okay, so I do remember correctly. I'm glad I don't have dementia yet. Yeah, this is cool, but it's not like I don't love it. It doesn't have them as much. It's still pretty mainstream for me. Is that it? Stop fucking with my head? Is that what he said? Ooh, that rhymed. Stop fucking with my head. That's what he said. The fuck you generation of singers? What do you mean by that, Jason? Yeah, I felt like the whole song was a teeny bit bland, but we're talking about 2000s here. Like, this was kind of newer at that time, probably a little bit, even, a little bit heavier on that side of things. Oh, okay, Jason, that makes sense. They told people to step off, trying to step off. Well, Scott, that would be unfortunate if you were. I feel like I am sometimes, and I'm only 44 years old. So, all right. So, you guys have seen my my voting here. I've got 1, 3, 2. It looks like we're all kind of mixed up now. So, a way to throw a wrench in the monkey chain there. Ivanator, I'm never going to be able to forget that. I really would like a little more details about how you try. Like, it's very not usual for girls to even try to pick up guys. I already get the sense, Ivanator, that you're not the typical girl. So I would like to know, how exactly did you almost pick up a guy, and why did it end at almost and not like full throttle? Yes, Jason is up next, but I want to hear what Ivanator has to say about this almost pickup situation of a dude. Can you tell us? Give us a little background. Give us a little story there. I want to see your game. Maybe I can learn something from it. Yeah, let's get into Jason's song while Ivanator's brushing up on her memory of what actually happened and kind of filtering what she wants to say or not. So, as I saw in the chat, Jason, I like the fact that you kind of wear your heart on your sleeve, pal. And pretty much everyone knew what you were going to pick. So this is Jason's song. It is by Disturbed. The song is called Remember. This song and the one before it on the album Intoxication are the two songs I played heavily during the time period that Colin chose. I chose this one because I believe this is the one I tried most to learn how to sing compared to Intoxication, because it felt less harsh on my untrained vocals. So, I didn't really know you sang, Jason. Did you mention that before? Do you have any videos of you singing that you're willing to share? Why don't you ever put that on the channel? Yeah. So this is Disturbed, called Remember. Here we go with the 4th one on our list. I put a filter on it. Should I take the filter off, Jason? I'm telling you, Disturbed definitely has some really good riffs and sounds. Slower tempos is why. Oh, Colin thought you were gonna be doing some Symphony X, which you didn't. Sensation washes over me. I can't describe it. Pain I felt so long ago. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it on because I don't really want to get shut down here. Devastation. I can see, Jason, why you were talking about the singing here. Okay, so what's Ivy say? That you were debating going to the mosh pit. Well, I guess he wasn't cute enough, huh? The concert's a little bit better. You could always ask him afterwards. Blind your eyes to what you see, you can embrace it. Leave it well enough alone and don't remember. Cut your pride and watch it bleed, you can't deny it. Pain I do like the riff, but again, it's kind of, and I think this is kind of the characteristic. Good chorus. The chorus is better than 3. So I'm going to put this here. The chorus makes it go a little bit above 3. Is it in 7/4? Wow. The guy with the bald head, Ivy? I don't know his name, but Disturbed singer's got like a bald head, right? Ooh. They just have good riffs. Woo! Nice little stutter there. It's got those like big earrings too, if I remember. I saw a couple of videos. No, that was cool. I'll tell you what, Ryan, I was just going to say this. The reason why I think it is because at least the rhythms were unique. They had like different, they were changing it up. All 3 songs we've had are very 2000s sounding-ish, just like straight kind of poppy metal. And so it's just kind of like, it has a cool riff, but it's just repeating that riff throughout the song with the chorus, which I usually like. But I felt like your song had like change-ups, which is the prog in me. So take that, Arrow. Yeah, I think it's like this is a little too poppy, less technical for me, whereas like Ryan, your song had some like technicality mixed in. The only thing I didn't like about your song, Ryan, was the singing. That was it. But that's like a lot of songs because like I've said a million times, it's really hard to find good singers that fit bands. And if you're gonna not be good just by a little bit, it's just as bad as being terrible. And the singer for your song, Ryan, to me is terrible in the sense that I just don't like it at all. But it's still, the instrumentation is good. Yeah. At least his singing wasn't so bad, like, you know, that it turned me completely off or whatever. So, yeah, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, people in the chat have completely different opinions. I mean, Kelly thinks you're dead last, Ryan. So does Ivy. And so does Catone. So you're in dead last with everybody else, but with me, I'm in first. Go figure. That's kind of weird. All right, moving on. We are moving to Mr. Jean-Francois. Jean-Francois, also known as Ash, who says in a chat that sometimes he might annoy people with his air drumming. That so much that people think he's a drummer. Is that correct? Did I read that right, Jean-Francois? All right, so he's given me the link, but I don't know if he's told us the song. He says, at first, I wanted to choose a fun track because a personal favorite of mine would have been more than 10 minutes. Glad you didn't. But upon thinking, a song from a popular band in the pop/rock genre struck in my mind. I think it is a good contender for being one of the best of 2000s, and I happen to like it a lot. And it is a good introduction to my future set. Keep that in mind, people. This is an introduction to a future set, so it's probably going to be on his future set, the same band. Epic with an Ennio Morricone vibe, whatever the hell that means. Epic with an Ennio Morricone vibe. From 2006 album Black Holes and Revelations. So wait a minute. The band is called Epic with an Ennio Morricone vibe? What? Or is the band just called Epic? I think the band's just called Epic. From 2006 album Black Holes and Revelations. This song is probably known by most of the community. Okay, well, I don't, so let's get into it. Great. Song. Muse, right? You know what's funny? Didn't Dream Theater tour with Muse? Or they had an album. I think Falling Into Infinity people kept comparing to Muse. Okay, it sounds like a lot of people like Muse. I don't really know Muse very well. What's up, Mick? Oh, he's caught up. Ooh, he's already got Muse first. Ooh, this is kind of like riding on the cowboy. It totally feels like a country rock song. Wow, everyone's rating this first? I'm gonna have to hear it before sounds kind of interesting to me right now. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I feel like I'm like riding on the cowboy. Riding on the cowboy. Are they always, like, is Muse always this kind of quirky? I feel like these are like, they would look like Thank You Scientists, kind of like nerdy boys, but they always have fun. I don't know. Or is that them in the picture? Are they all bald? I like it because it's a little bit unique. Voice is not bad. I can see, what song was it from Dream Theater that people were comparing to Muse? I think it was on... Was it on Octavarium? I do like his voice. Oh, what song was it? I'm trying to remember what song it was. Maybe it was on Constant Motion. That people were like, yeah, this is very Muse-like. And of course, I didn't know Muse, so I was like, okay, I don't really understand that comparison, but okay. This is definitely a little interesting. That's what it is, Arrow. Boom. Is that... Yeah, totally Prophets of War. I like this. So definitely second place. My question is this going to beat Ryan's song? You know what this reminds me of a little bit? Which, by the way, where's John Feedy been? John Feedy, Earth John Feedy, where you been, buddy? This kind of reminds me of, isn't it John Feedy of Birds of Tokyo? It's got like a Birds of Tokyo feel to it, too. I just really hear Birds of Tokyo. Damn it. Gotta fix that shit. Look at me, I'm tired. I haven't had coffee. I wake up early on a Sunday. Fuck on a Sunday morning. Yep, this goes a little bit above. I do like it a lot. Has a Birds of Tokyo feel to it. It's a little long. Hopefully it ends soon. I hope it's not like another 2 or 3 minutes, because then it might go back to kind of one. I think that is my consciously knowing first time listening to Muse. I'm sure I've heard because I think they got on the radio sometimes, right? So I'm probably have heard them before, but didn't know it was them. That is my first time knowingly listening to Muse. But like I said, I've heard comparisons to Prophets of War, Dream Theater song. Said, oh, this is very Muse-like, but I never knew who they were. So I'm guessing I've heard them or heard other songs by them, just don't know it's them. So, but yeah, that's my first time hearing Muse. Dug it. Yeah, I wonder if them and Birds of Tokyo would ever go on a tour together, because they had a lot of similarities, especially that driving like and his like kind of like quirkiness and singing. Yeah. So that brings us to the last song of the HodgePodge, which is Me. And I'm just going to tell you right now, obviously, I am going to put myself first because I picked the song. However, I do that knowing full well that most of you are probably not going to like this song. Or you might like think it's okay, but you're not going to like it. And the reason why I picked this song is it was also very difficult for me, but in a different reason than Scott. Thanks, Adrian. The reason it was different for me than Scott is because, honestly, in the 2000s, I really wasn't listening to any music. Like, I mean, I listened to music, but it was all stuff that, like, I had been listening to since high school. So that would have been a mix of, like, you know, the poppy stuff, like I guess the pop rap, as well as like Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Dream Theater, Rush, and like those, like not so much that Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, but like Rush and Dream Theater were kind of like the only bands I listened to. That's the only, I'm not joking. Anytime I got in my car, especially around 2000, was Metropolis Part 2. So I just didn't listen to much music, especially new music. So when I would get in my car, I guess I would listen to Creed a little bit. I remember making fun of people for listening to Creed. I remember being like, why are you listening to this crap? And then I listened to it more and more, and I just had to give them credit where credit was due. And so I especially the first album, My Own Prison was really good. And then the second one, what was the second one called? Was it Higher? I don't know what the second one was called. But My Own Prison's got every song on the My Own Prison's really good. Higher is really good. So I like that, but who else did I listen to? I guess in 2004 and 5, I listened to Eminem a little bit, which I was making fun of people for listening to him. When I first heard it, I was like, you guys are stupid. And then like I actually listened to his rapping style and like what he was saying. And even though I didn't agree, obviously, with what he was saying or care about that much, I had to give him credit where credit was due. So like he turned my mind, changed my mind. But other than that, that's why it was really hard for me to pick a song in this category, because the 2000s for me were, and I honestly, I didn't want to pick a Dream Theater song. So I know some of you guys were thinking that I'd probably pick Dream Theater, but I could have. But why? I mean, most of you would have known it anyway, and I just didn't feel like picking Dream Theater. So it took me a while to pick the song. Nonetheless, I do like it, and I'm not going to say who it is or whatever. I'm just going to let you listen to it. Again, I'm not expecting you guys to love it, but I like it. I think the heaviness and the riff of the heaviness, because it is a heavier song, at least at the beginning, is cool. But then I like how it transitions into like a slow kind of chill. And the singing is really good, and the harmonies are just excellent to me. So that's why I picked this song. So here we go. And I like the bass. The low bass, it's like when it pops in. Right here. And then we get into like a smooth section here, which this isn't really heavy, but I think his voice is good. I'd like to see it with my eyes. Are you so proud of your disgrace? I love the harmonies that you can sing with it. There's no time to realize. Some of you might know this. Chevelle. With no regard to anything at all. What did you think, or did you think at all? Okay, here's the breakdown a little bit. You say that back to the smooth. See, everything I love about songs is when they can do like crescendos. And now we're right back into this like chill. Could I even be so kind, forsaking everything I long to do? Here we go. You rake my soul. It's not Chevelle, I said it's like Chevelle. Okay, my favorite part, the breakdown, which is in slower tempo, is coming. Here we go. Listen to this part. I love it. Such good. Listen to the drums right here. Break my soul. Break my soul. Back to the smooth. Deciding where I'd like to hide beneath the fortress of his solitude, beneath the gutters of my pride. Because you rape my soul. Rape my soul. Break my soul! Break my soul! All right. So, as I said, I didn't think it'd be like a great song for you guys, but I do think it has some good heaviness in it. And the reason I didn't say what it was because I'm the drummer in the band. You guys were asking for me to show you some music, that I have played in, and there you go. There's some music where I am the drummer in the song. And that is also a joke. No, I was not. Wow, you guys are all still rating it last, even though I was the drummer. No, I'm joking, Scott. I wasn't. And Adrian was correct. The reason I didn't want to say what it was is because I wanted you to actually hear the song for the song itself. But it was a Christian band. I've had them on here before. I played another song off this album called, I think it was The Hunger was the song title. And the band is called 7-Day Jesus. So I think it's a good song, but I didn't think that people, as soon as they heard Christian, you just automatically are going to like put it in a different category. But there is some good Christian music out there, I think, and this was one song that I think has like a good kind of balance. Again, good songwriting skills. You got some like heavier kind of energy moments, and then it kind of goes into a smooth, silky section and has a great breakdown that is just fucking awesome. So, all right, that wraps us up for the HodgePodge today. I thought this was an excellent idea. The band is called 7-Day Jesus, which obvious means Christians don't usually care about thinking about God all their life. They just do it when convenient. So the idea is, MXPX was like the first like punk rock band. I couldn't stand them. I didn't like them at all. But yeah, they obviously the title is about actually being a Christian instead of just acting like one sometimes. All right, so Colin says old or new 4 is coming next Sunday, folks. That's right. So check the list to see what's coming up next. Tomorrow night we have Mr. Michael Herman. He is up on the pad tomorrow, and then next Sunday. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. I will not be here next Saturday. I forgot about that. So don't expect to have a stream next Saturday because I will be out of town because it is Memorial Day weekend. And we won't have one on Monday either because I want to have a day off and actually just have a day off. So we only have Sunday next week, which would be, who is that? Which would be the HodgePodge number 4. So the only set next weekend is Colin's HodgePodge number 4, which is going to be a game. So that'll be kind of fun. So be ready on Sunday. Other than that, you guys have a weekend free as well as I. And then on Saturday, June 3rd, getting into June, we have the Wackyter doing a full album review. On the 4th Sunday, we have Adrian, and then we have Jason, and then we have James Yu on June 10th. By the way, where is Jim? Jim, where you been, buddy? You haven't been here this weekend. Hope you're having a good weekend. All right, we will see you guys tomorrow night here for Michael Herman's set. Nice job. Really enjoyed the set. Good job. Peace.